guys, how are you?
Hi.
Good.
So to start with something like Cruel Intentions, I didn't get to ask everyone this, so I'm starting with it now. We all know that like the ending of the movie Cruel Intentions is now iconic because it's Bittersweet Symphony and like it's just like one of the most iconic movie endings. But that needle drop made me think about like having your own kind of song that you're like, this is my big song, my big moment. What song would be like your Bittersweet Symphony?
Oh my
That's
gosh.
a good question.
That's a great question. What would be our bittersweet symphony?
This might be beyond me.
I don't Ah,
It's such a good song. Why would you want anything different?
right, there you go.
That is fair. That's fair.
Right? I mean, it's literally kind of the ultimate groove, really, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Haven't they done in our show, haven't they done a sort
Uh-huh.
of a version of it? They
It's
have, right?
instrumental in the pilot. There's an
Yeah,
instrumental
yeah,
version
yeah.
using
Which I
it.
thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nod to that film, but I think it's also its own thing, which is really nice.
Mhm.
It's its own iteration of that story that's been told many, many times, which
Yeah.
is exciting. So,
Yeah, and
I, I, yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to ask you guys, so I'm a millennial, so I grew up with Cruel Intentions and like it warped so many of us because we were like, what if those siblings kissed each other though? And so like it's kind of made millennials the weirdos that we are. That's a loving term. But now a whole new generation of kids are going to get to be weirdos because they're going to watch Cruel Intentions and have their own connection with it. So for you guys, how exciting is it to, be a part of that legacy, but know that like now an entire audience of teenagers is going to have the same reaction that millennials did in the 90s to the movie?
That's such a good question. I think I feel excited that it's one of these premises that continues, right, historically, because as we were saying earlier, it was Makita Sard, it was Dangerous Liaisons, it went into Content. Now there's a new modern version of these stories and these characters. And, Sarah Goodman and Phoebe Fisher have created this show that it's more like times have changed, right, since when you saw it. And so
Mhm.
you're seeing different characters within this story. You're seeing
But at the same time, they're exploring these very age-old,
exactly
power dynamics,
historical power dynamics,
and
exactly.
and that's something I think
Power, revenge, sex.
sex. What more do you want? And
Mhm.
hopefully people grab onto that and take the ride, which
Hopefully we mess you up, the new
yeah,
generation up completely.
yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I look forward to feeling
Hopefully we can
responsible.
continue that tradition.
That we could be responsible for, a whole
Yeah.
other generation being warped and
Just warped.
twisted. Is that what you said? You
Yes. Warped,
yeah.
disturbed,
I said
disrupted.
demented earlier, and everyone was like,
meant
demented's a great word. It's like
Yeah. It's from Harry Potter, Dementors.
yeah, the
Sorry.
dementors. That's that. You know what? They would be in Cruel Intentions. I believe it. But for my last question, I do love the little nods that the movie gives, but what I like the most is that everyone gets to live in these kind of like demented characters' minds for an extended period of time in a show like this because it's not just a movie, it's not the 2 hours that you're spending with it, you're spending episodes after episodes with them. How is that for you guys to like live in a world where it's like you're on a show and you have to live with what these characters are doing for that much longer versus something like a movie?
Well, I think it's always fun on the long form of a series. It allows you to sort of delve in deeper to characters and take your time with things in a way as opposed to a truncated 2 hour story. So as an actor, that's a lot of fun. You just have sort of more material to chew on.
Staying in character for that amount of time. It is a real question, by the way. It is a real issue when something can actually be that dark. Thankfully, that there was such a the writing was so sort of sharp and dynamic and smart and playful that there was actually a real sense of fun to being that dreadful. So it wasn't kind of a heavy experience. It actually was a really vibrant, kind of punchy, juicy. So
Yeah.
it actually felt like a dynamic place to go to.
Well,
And then hopefully our husbands and wives were okay when we got home.
Right.
One hopes.
Just unpack it. But thank you guys so much for talking with me. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait for everyone to get to see Cruel Intentions.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great one.